ladies and gentlemen, thrilled to be with you tonight as we go over the details for DebateCon 2. This is going to be huge. My dear friends, we are absolutely excited. It is in November on Saturday 19th in Plano, Texas. So if you have not heard about our conferences, we have done some in-person debates. Sometimes in the past we've done standalone debates, but earlier this year we started for the first time trying out our own conference, DebateCon. So like TwitchCon or like VidCon. This is DebateCon by Moderated Debate. It is going to be huge. I wanted to have this stream so I could give you guys the deets on this conference. I've got to tell you, we are really excited. I've got to show you the lineup. So what we're going to do is first, let me not make you wait any longer. I'm going to pull up just a quick screen share where basically I'll show you the, you could say, debate card for this huge conference. But folks, hopefully your ears have perked up. If you happen to live anywhere in Texas, I've got to tell you, my dear friends, do not hesitate. In the description box below, you can find the link for our Eventbrite page so that if you want, you definitely can come to this conference. And maybe you're not even in Texas. Maybe you're like, well, I'm not in Texas, but hey, it sounds cool. I would like to come there even if I'm from Oklahoma. Or maybe you're even like, hey, I'd be willing to come there from really far away. This is going to be in person. You don't want to miss it. A great opportunity is this time we are doing something special. We're going to basically have a lunch that you can meet the content creators, have lunch with them, all that good stuff, get to talk with them, and we provide that lunch. You can either buy that as the VIP package, it comes with it if you go VIP, or you can just buy it separately because maybe you're like, well, I only want to watch a few debates that day, not all of them, but I really still want to do the lunch thing. But let me show you, my dear friends, I'm really excited for this. So first I'm going to do a quick screen capture. This is, what I'm showing you right now is the Eventbrite page. So let me just zoom in there and a little bit higher. Perfect. So thanks for your support. Malavia says, can't wait to meet you, James. Thank you, Malavia. I can't wait to meet you as well. Yeah, I'll be there, folks. So I will get to personally meet you if you make it. And these will, as I'll talk about in just a moment, I'm going to show you the schedule. But thanks for your super chat. Appreciate that, Malavia. And thanks for your channel membership support. Seriously, it means more than you know. And let's jump into this schedule here. So you might be looking and you're like, hey, okay, what is it? So this is the Eventbrite page. If you look in the description box, don't worry. Even if you're like, well, James, I'm not in Texas and I can't possibly come. That's just way too far. Don't worry. All of the debates will be streamed live for the public. We are changing it up this year, or I should say this conference, as in January we had some that were behind a paywall, but we're doing a different, you could say, model. It's a different strategy for this conference. But let's look at the actual Eventbrite page. If you happen to be from Texas or anywhere nearby, you have got to come. It's going to be a blast. So when and where? First date, Saturday, November 19th, 2022. So that's coming up in less than a month. Real sense of urgency, as this is going to be, it's coming fast, guys. It's going to fly in. It's going to be from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. In fact, it's probably going to be about 10:30. So this is going to be a whole day. We are actually having one day this time because in January we did a 2-day conference. This is going to be everything, all religion and all political debates in one day. So we're really excited about that. It also makes it a little bit easier. If anybody is traveling in, it's one less hotel night, if you think about it, because it's like, oh, you just get one hotel, maybe one hotel night for the night before, and then maybe you book it back the night of or whatever it is. But let's look at the actual location. So you can see right here, Environmental Education Center in Plano, Texas. I want to give a huge shout out to Amanda who helped us find this location. It's a more economical location, as the conference is going to be, if you get all of the debates, if you view all of the debates, it's going to be a lot cheaper than last year. We realized we're like, hey, we want to make it as affordable as possible. And so here's a little map here Eventbrite page has, just in case you want to look up the venue and where nearby hotels are, things like that. But about this event, here's a quick description, and most importantly, as you're probably most curious about, this is where it gets juicy, my dear friends. Buy your tickets now to see the following amazing debates. In particular, all of these are Central Time. So we're going to be in Texas, in Plano, which if you don't know, if you're not familiar, Plano is right next to Dallas, really close by. First, 9 a.m., Nuance Bro versus Destiny. Is President Biden succeeding, in particular, at being president? 10:30 a.m. So this is going to be just like Better Discourse. our friends from Better Discourse, who, if you guys know of them, they do a great job with conferences, just like what we did in January with DebateCon #1. They've been doing it even longer than us, and they do a fantastic job. But want to say, similar to their schedule, most of these debates will be an hour and 25 minutes. Some of them will be as long as 2 hours, but let's look further. So that's why you see it's 9 a.m. and then we'll have like a 5-minute intervention or intermission, and then we'll have Alex Stein versus Jangles, aka Justin Gibson. That's going to be a huge one. Is queer theory correct? Excited about that. Then we're going to have lunch. This is that lunch that I mentioned where I've got to put it there in the description in terms of labeling it. We have to talk about for lunch. It's going to be, as I said, you can have lunch with the creators, and we're going to be providing lunch if you happen to sign up for that luncheon. And then next, this is one of the bigger ones, you guys. This is epic. As you can see highlighted on the screen, Destiny versus Matt Dillahunty. This is going to be huge, you guys. Is basically, for a while, people have said, hey, it would be so cool to see Destiny and Matt Dillahunty interact with each other. And for the longest time, I was like, I know, it would. But I don't know what topic, because I think, generally speaking, they agree on most things. But Sommer in the live chat says, will there be Subway for lunch? Yes, it will be. You know I love Subway. But here, we're going to come back to this. So, yeah, it'll be a tremendous lunch. So many footlongs. You wouldn't even believe it. But here, this one, it says, Destiny versus Matt Dillahunty, the bodily autonomy argument for abortion. So that's going to be huge, you guys. We're really excited about that. So that's going to be in person. We'll be streaming that, all of these, in fact, live, and it'll be public, as well as 2:30 p.m. Stardust, Jangles. That one I actually have to quick update because that's actually going to be Mouthy Infidel now. It's Stardust, Mouthy Infidel, Ariel Scarcella, and actual Justice Warrior Sean Fitzgerald on Is America Moving in the Right Direction? So that's going to be a cool panel. We are going to have not just debates, but also panels. And I got to say, the Destiny versus Matt Dillahunty one is kind of more of a dialogue than a debate. So we're going to see how that one goes. It should be interesting, should be juicy. But in addition, this one, you guys, this is going to be a barn burner. Check this out. 4 p.m., Aaron Ra versus Daniel Hakikachu. What is best for society, Islam or atheism? This is going to, you guys, it's unreal. So we're really excited about that. Aaron is right there nearby, as I mentioned, we'll be in Plano. This is going to be really close to Dallas. And 6 p.m. dinner, we'll give people a break to get food, as well as, in fact, that'll actually probably be 5:30. So schedule is slightly subject to change. Bear with us. But Jackson Hinkle and Nuance Bro versus Stardust and Jangles, a.k.a. Justin Gibson, on Big Tech and Free Speech. That's our 7 p.m. one here that I'll highlight. I don't know if you guys, let me actually pull the screen so that it's up to, so that it's actually up to, let's see here. So that you guys, I gotta make sure that you guys can actually see it. Yeah, okay, it's pretty big. So the text is big enough that hopefully you can see it. Let me know if you can't. And 8:30 p.m., Matt Dillahunty versus Kenny Bomer on Is Islam True? Excited for that one. It's going to be amazing. So, my dear friends, really excited. This one took so long because all of the speakers, so this is all 7 debates are in one day. To get all of the guests' schedules to align like this, it was like the stars aligning. Pun intended. It was huge because eventually, man, that's why it was a little bit delayed, because we were hoping for early November. But hey, this is going to be even better, I think. It was worth the wait to make these debates happen. So if you check out the Eventbrite page, here, just this quick sample. If you buy online, which you highly encourage you folks, that gives us an idea of how many people are going to be there. So if you do the whole day and it's the, whole day standard. So in other words, you're like, nah, the lunch, I'm not really worried about that. I just want to see all of the debates. It's $120, which is significantly cheaper than our last one. For the entire conference, it's $120. So a lot more affordable. That's why we have this more economical venue. And the cool thing too is, if you do the whole day VIP, that gives you a lot of cool perks, like some kind of like, basically you could say, in addition to the lunch, kind of a swag bag, badges, front row seating, things like that. We'll talk more about that as we unpack it, but that's $159. So like for the whole, like, yeah, it's actually significantly more economical. So that's cool, is that finding a more economical venue has given us a lot more freedom for that. But Maybe you're like, well, I don't want to go the whole day. Maybe I want to do 3 debates, let's say. Well, that's just $50. So, piece of cake. You can order it online, super convenient. And maybe you're like, well, I don't really want to do, I don't want to do even 3 debates. I just really want to see one. No problem, $25. So we highly encourage you. This one I'm really excited about, lunch, which is provided with the creators, included in the VIP package. But if you do any other package, it's just an add-on of $35. So we highly encourage you guys, totally book online. It's worth it. It'll save you money if you do it online rather than doing it at the door. And want to say, though, we are super grateful. We have had so many people that have supported this happening. So, for example, I have mentioned Amanda. Amanda's in the live chat right now, so thank you, Amanda. Seriously, we appreciate it so much. Your willingness to find this venue for us. So when I say Amanda helped us, I mean Amanda found the actual venue. So we're really thankful for that. Seriously, thank you, Amanda. Sideshow Nav, who I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't heard from Bob all week. Like Monday, I think we talked. And let me just check. I don't think he's texted me back yet. So I'm a little bit nervous. I hope he's okay. So hopefully everything's okay with Sideshow Bob, who you usually see in the old live chat. He is our main moderator on YouTube, making sure that we are following YouTube terms of service, as that's important to us. We're going to admit it. We want to grow. We think we offer value to YouTube because YouTube deserves a better class of debate channel, namely a neutral one, and we're going to give it to them. In addition, YouTube deserves epic in-person debates. We are flying these speakers in, and that leads me to my next point. So you might be like, wow, James, that's cool. Excited for it. We are doing a smaller, because we want this basically to work like this. Oh, okay. Amanda said he's on a cruise. That's good. Okay, thanks for letting me know that, Amanda. I forgot. He did tell me that, and I forgot. So I sent him a text today. I was like, Bob, are you okay? So here's the thing. We, my dear friends, are doing it differently this year. There are no debates behind the paywall. So in other words, in the past, it used to be that you had to be either a YouTube channel member for some of the debates to watch some of them live. We would always let everybody, the whole public, everybody would get to see the debates maybe 1 or 2 days after they happened. But to watch them live, we usually would put them behind a paywall where you'd have to put in maybe like $2, something like that. We are totally risking this, my dear friends. This time, 0 paywalls. So especially if you're like, James, I just could never travel that far, don't worry. You can watch each and every one of the debates that we've talked about. You can actually watch each and every one of those from home for free. It's amazing. Now, I highly encourage you. Everything's better in person. So if you are in Texas, it's kind of like, you know what I mean. Music, listening to music is better in person. Watching sports is better in person. Like, I'd never watch baseball at home. But I can watch, I don't care who's playing. I don't care what level it is. If I'm in person, I'm like, hey, look, I'll watch baseball. Everything is better in person. Classes. You take classes. I prefer in person. This is going to be the same way. So if you can make it, be in person. But if you can't, maybe you're like, no, I can't. Like, I live in Canada, James. Come on. No problem. You can watch all these for free, publicly, live. So none of them are behind a paywall. But what does that mean? We are asking you, as we are shrinking down our goal, because we eventually want to wean off of the GoFundMe, or I should say, yeah, you can call it something like GoFundMe. We use Indiegogo. We've used Kickstarter in the past. As you can see right now, we have opened this up, and our goal is $2,000. This almost helps us cover the cost of the venue. So basically last time for the first conference, we broke even, which is okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, especially for a first time, I'd say it's good. Our goal is we'd like to have just a little bit extra. In that case, we can help some of the speakers, in particular, giving them maybe like a little bit of extra money, because as of now, the average speaker cost, but let me just first tell you, I want to just be sure that I've got the Indiegogo and the link here. I'm going to put the Indiegogo link in the description. Is that we want to highly encourage you, if you have not yet, please consider giving to this Indiegogo. And the reason is, normally you'd have to pay a couple of bucks to watch these. We're making them completely free. You can watch them at home, and that's amazing. But here's the thing. The reason that we used to do those paywalls is because that just gives us a little bit more security in terms of hosting the event. Because I got to tell you guys, it's a little bit risky. Like, doing a conference like this, it is kind of risky. And here's why. You might be thinking, well, James, how much does it cost? Well, Indiegogo link. I'm going to put that crowdfund in parentheses, link. And you might be saying, James, but how much is it? I'm not exaggerating. It's about $13,000 to do this event, which is like crazy. I never thought I would like do any sort of project that like had that money involved. Now, the reason that this is important though is I put that Indiegogo link in the description box. So if you check in the description box, you might have to refresh the page because I just put it in there, is we have already gotten 5% of the funds that we need to reach that $2,000 goal. And we want to tell you, this is really cool because Malavia, thanks for your super chat, says, how will I super chat at DebateCon? There are a couple ways you can do it. One is if you want to guarantee that your question is read during the Q&A, we actually can do that. There is one way in particular. So let me show you here on the Indiegogo page. That's one of the perks that you can sign up for. So let's say you're like, well, as you can see on screen, I don't really care about, in let's say a super chat or anything like that, is you can throw $3 in. That's just because you believe the vision of a fully neutral platform where you're like, hey, I like what you guys are doing, Modern Day Debate. I like that you guys do like the monthly charity event, that you guys are trying to unite people across boundaries because, hey, there are some things that we all agree on, whether we be atheist, Christian, politically left, politically right, you name it, everybody agrees on this. We want fair debates. We want it to be a level playing field that basically that way everybody gets treated fairly. That sounds like a good thing, right? We also want people to have the freedom to say what they want as we discuss things that are not on the mainstream media. But in addition to that, you're like, well, you know, I like it that you guys are going big, you guys are trying to grow, and I get a lot of value. I love watching Modern Day Debate. And so, yeah, $3. I mean, it's less than, the price of a cup of coffee. I'll throw that in. And you can actually donate to this crowdfund right now. So if you support without a perk, like I said, $3, that is just a way of saying, hey, you know what? I get a lot of value from you guys. Like, this is a cool channel. I listen to it all the time. Thanks for your huge support. Displaced Gamer just said that they had made a monstrous donation. Loading the page. I think it's just taking a minute to load. But it shows 3 backers, and I know that's one more than it was before. So Displaced Gamer says, just donated my $100. Thank you so much. Seriously, that means more than you know. We really do appreciate it, folks. As this is, like I said, this for us is, in a small way, yeah, it's taking a risk because for us, each debate will probably bring in, no joke, I don't know, maybe $200 in terms of super chats and ad revenue on average. So some of them, like the RN Raw debate versus Daniel, that'll probably bring in more on average. But in terms of like some of the political panels, it's kind of like, maybe a little bit smaller. And so it's not nearly enough for us to cover the costs just by the revenue that we have come in through YouTube. That's why we sell tickets, and that's why we have tried to use this kind of basically crowdfund idea to kind of get us that kind of like support cushion or kind of that like safety cushion is like if we're like, hey, how many tickets do we think are going to sell? Well, people are kind of worried about. Thank you very much, Displaced Gamer. I just saw it. We were up to $203. We're at 10% of our $2,000 goal. So thank you so much. We're already 10% of the way there, folks. And it's the first night. We can absolutely make it to that goal. And like I said, that just gives us kind of a cushion. And like I said, in the first one, we broke even, which is, like I said, I think for a first time, it's good. And our goal is if we do have extra funds from this conference, it's guaranteed that the extra funds are going to go one of two places. One, we might be able to give a small extra bit of money to the speakers because actually the speakers, they're not actually getting paid. They're just getting their travel costs covered. So what it means is each speaker on average costs about, no joke, $600. The reason is on average, flights will be about maybe like $350 round trip. Some of them will be more, some of them will be less. So that's pretty expensive by itself. It's just flying some of them in. Some of them it's gas. We take care of their gas. And so I'd say it's probably like $300 to $350 on average per person. Then hotel nights. So that's about $100 each night because we take care of the speakers. We give them the night before the event so they can hopefully get a good night of sleep and not have to worry about traveling, getting to the conference that day, like the day of. And then we cover their night of the actual conference. So Saturday night, so that way they can rest, sleep well, and then get up the next morning and take off. And so it is kind of pricey. And don't get me wrong, we think it's 100% worth it. So that's really cool. And Sunflower, thanks for your super chat, said, just giving what I can for the channel. I respect and admire the work you do, James. Thanks, Sunflower. Seriously, I really do appreciate that. It means a lot, man. You've been a long-time supporter, and seriously, we appreciate your loyalty and just being with us for, I think it's been years now. So thank you very much. And I want to say, hey, while he's in the chat, Chris G, it could stand for anything. Sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to dox you. Chris is a legendary supporter of Modern Day Debate. I've got to tell you, seriously, he's a great guy. He has helped us in terms of all sorts of cool stuff, whether it be, wow, you guys, so Sommer, thanks so much. Says, I gave 100, best of luck with the event, James. Thanks so much for saying that, Sommer. But yeah, thank you guys. Seriously, that means more than you know. It's super encouraging to see your guys' support. Holy smokes. Whoa, some of you, we're up to 453, so thank you guys so much. Seriously, it means more than you know. That's huge. Someone else gave a huge amount too. But yeah, thank you guys, seriously. That's super encouraging. 453, we're cruising as we're at almost a quarter of our goal. So we can absolutely make this goal. We've done this before. Like I said, we would like in an ideal world for it to be where, we're just so good at selling tickets and we're so good at how can we save money on the travel here? How can we save money on the venue especially? And how can we save money, whatever it is. We want to be so good at doing these conferences that, that the crowd fund would be we can just really rely on tickets. And in that case, we might use the crowd fund for actually trying to get honorariums for big time speakers. So if you've ever said man, I'd love to see Sam Cedar, who's a politically left leaning speaker, and I'd love to see Ben Shapiro, who's a politically right leaning speaker. If you're well, I'd love to see them. I totally want to see them debate. That's possible. So that's something that I got to be honest, it's more that it's more so possible in the future, as we're not quite there because some of these guys asked for huge honorariums. And you might be thinking well, I don't know, James. So let's say we gave, theoretically, this is just theoretical. Let's say we got two big time speakers. Let's say we got Richard Dawkins and I don't know, William Lane Craig. This is just theoretical. I don't think either of them do debates anymore. But let's say that we did. And let's say we gave them each $10,000, because that's actually kind of a cheap honorarium compared to what some people ask for. And I'm not judging. It's frankly, some people are probably, in terms of us as a YouTube channel, worth every penny, because some of them, we would get so many new subscribers and the ad revenue would just keep rolling in for years. If we got William Lane Craig versus Richard Dawkins, that ad revenue from that debate would probably, I don't know, after the first year, it would probably maybe be $100 a month or something, which helps a ton, as that way we can have honorariums for people that we have on the more regular, you could say, routine, rather than unique debates like William Lane Craig and Richard Dawkins. So the point, though, is we want these crowd funds to eventually be not just to support us or give us a cushion for the travel costs or the venue costs, which they definitely are right now. But I'm amazed. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, we started at 103. That means that at least one person gave 100 in addition, which we talked about, Displaced Gamer and Sommer, and then that would have gotten us up to 300. So somebody else gave 100 as well, and then somebody gave, or maybe they even gave 150, or someone gave 50. But long story short, seriously, thank you guys for your support. So I'm super encouraged by that. As we really, I got to be honest. Here's the thing. Thanks for your super chat. Malavia says, James, did you notice Modern Day Debate hit 10 million total views recently? I did. I was really encouraged. YouTube gave me a notification in the Creator Studio. I was super encouraged by that. So I am. Thanks, Malavia, for pointing that out. As it is crazy. 10 million times people have been subjected to my mug on screen. Just kidding. They've also been subjected to Kaz's mug. No, but we are so thankful. Seriously. Kaz, Amy, Converse, we are super thankful for the guest mods. As for me, that makes my life so much easier, because as you guys know, I think I've told it a lot of times, I'm working on basically my doctorate, and it's so busy that sometimes I get pretty burnt out, and I'm like, I need to rest tonight. And so that's really cool. Chris G says, James, do you have a YouTube plaque? Not yet. I think the first one you can get is 100,000 subscribers. You get the was it the silver? I can't remember. Yeah, so it is possible. And frankly, my goal is that we will get the plaque by May. And by that, I mean we are hoping that we'll hit 100,000 speakers or not 100,000 speakers, 100,000 subscribers by May of 2023, possibly significantly earlier. It could be. You never know. But I've got to tell you this. Chris G says, is Kaz or Amy going to make it to DebateCon? Amy made it to the last one, and it was amazing. And we were super thankful as Amy helped not only in participating on a panel, but also Amy helped in terms of a lot of the background stuff, like distributing. That's another thing we'll talk about is the... but yeah, long story short, Kaz will be at this one. So we're excited to have Kaz come by, and then Sideshow Nav will be at this one. And so we're pumped, you guys. Chris G will be there, so we're excited about that. And then KO Champ, FTT says, let's go, James. Freaking love modern day debate and feel good about my small donations from time to time. Thank you so much. Seriously, it means more than you know. We really do appreciate that. And so I'm going to jump back into this quick. Let me tell you. I'm going to quick jump into this. This is our crowdfund that I mentioned. In particular, let's scroll through. Embroidered postcard. This is basically where it's like a stamp of the Modern Day Debate logo on this postcard that we send to you personally. If you put in $25 through the crowdfund, we send that to you as a sign of appreciation, just kind of like a remembrance type of thing, our thanks. Here's another one, though, and then we'll talk about the budget, which you can see here on the left side, is guarantee a question during the Q&A. So this is really cool. If you're like, James, I want to know that I can ask a question during the Q&A. You can. You really can. If you want to guarantee it even from at home, you can actually throw in $50. You get to ask a question during the Q&A. This is going to be epic. We've had a lot of people select. This has been a popular one in the past, which is really cool. So you can guarantee a question during the Q&A. We're excited about that. I've got to tell you, heads up, if you are watching live that day and if you don't happen to do this, guarantee a question during the Q&A, if you can super chat, it'll be left on, but we're going to remind people before the debate that we can't guarantee that we're going to be able to get to the super chats. So in other words, we're going to say, hey, like super chat at your own risk. It was the case last year. Some of the debates, we did have it where we actually were able to read super chats during the actual Q&A. The reason is, for example, Actual Justice Warrior and Destiny, which is, I think, our last debate of the entire conference. It was amazing. And what happened was we actually ran out of questions from the in-person audience. And so we were like, all right, we're going to read the super chats. And so it does happen. It's possible. But I've got to tell you, especially for like the Matt Dillahunty debate on Is Islam True, as well as Aaron Ra versus Daniel Hakikaju. Thanks for your question. Malavia says, James, can you link your crowdfund? 100%. In fact, let me see if I can throw it in the old live chat. I put it in the description box. So you might have to, if you can't find it, I'm going to pin it to the top of the live chat. If you are not able to see it, because sometimes YouTube is weird about if you put in a link into the live chat, sometimes YouTube like blocks it. I don't know why. Don't ask me. But if you're not able to see it in the live chat, if you refresh the page, it'll show in the description box below. So we're excited about that, you guys. And I've got to tell you though, this guarantees you that question, and we're going to read that right away at the start of the Q&A, so that's cool as well, because otherwise, theoretically, if you do a super chat, like I said, we can't guarantee that we'd read it, as we don't know if we're going to have the time with the audience asking their in-person questions. But the other thing is, we might not even get to read it in the sense that even if we ran out of in-person questions, we might not actually be able to read all the super chats, because we're only going to have a limited time to read questions for the Q&A. So, something to keep in mind. Now, looking back at the Indiegogo page, one claimed, thanks for your support, as well as you can see Zoom chat one-on-one with James, $100. That is a huge way of supporting this. And that's something that if you were kind of like, hey, James, well, what is that? Why on earth would that possibly be $100 to speak with you for an hour? I agree. That is insane. But here's why I would say, hey, maybe it is actually a value. Oops, sorry, I double-clicked it. Let me go back. So let's say you're like, James, why? Well, here's one reason. Oh, no, I went too far back. Let me see if I can get this to pull up. DebateCon 2 is, one reason is, you're like, well, James, can you tell me how you do modern day debate? Yes. Like, that's something I'd actually be willing to show you. I could share you how we basically use all the software that we use. Or maybe, so for example, it says, at this reward level, you can Zoom chat with James to ask questions such as what software do you use to do modern day debate and how, in particular, well, I'm going to go into the specifics now. I want to keep going. Strategies for solid debating. As I can tell you, I've debated before personally. I've debated on college campuses in the past. I've also, but yeah, I can tell you, I've got informal debate experience. So I haven't been on a debate team. That's something I've got to be honest, I haven't. So I'm going to be honest about that, but I can tell you that I think that after having listened to about 700 debates, I have learned a few things about like what seems to work at being most persuasive. So that's something to keep in mind, or whatever else you'd like to ask questions or learn about. You're welcome to record the talk and upload it to your channel. So maybe it's something like, James, I want to ask you about like the juicy details, like who are the people, like as long as it's not something, I don't want to throw somebody in the mud. So don't ask me something like who's the most difficult person to work with. I'm like, that I don't want to ask. Please don't ask me that. But if you wanted to ask like, well, who do you find most persuasive? Who do you think is like the most valuable player in terms of debaters? And maybe you want to do something like upload it to your own channel. Like that's fine. Or maybe it's something even where you want to, grill me for an hour and say, hey, I want to grill you and I want to, say, hey, James, I want to upload this to my channel. I want to grill you on whether or not modern day debate is actually fair and totally neutral, whatever you want. So that's something to keep in mind. But yes, let's see. I think it was August Berkshire is one of my favorite debates. If you've ever seen that, you could say, yeah, an old friend. So I hope August is doing well. Like he brings warm feelings to my heart. And so as well as, I'd say, I'm trying to think, it was Dr. Davis Cope was another one that was like University of North Dakota. So with that, let me tell you this. We are excited, you guys. Want to say thank you guys for all of your support. Trying to think of anything else that I can share. I have shown you the schedule. What I'm going to do right now is we'll do this. It's fun for me, like to actually get to show you guys this, as I'm going to put up the events, or I should say the actual like debates, because right now I have all the debates. You're going to see these on the homepage pop up in just a second. In particular, all of the debates, I've made a thumbnail for them. I've made the live stream event for them as well. And now it's just a matter of making them public versus private. So what I'm going to do is right now I'm making them public. So they're actually going to be published on the main homepage. So I'm going to do that. And then let me peek in the live chat. Sorry, I've been like so focused on that. But let's see. Malavia says, just got it, James. Thanks. Yeah, 100% my pleasure. And yeah, my dear friends, I've got to say, Hamlet's dad, I can't tell if that's a troll, like a computer, what I should say is not a troll, well, maybe a computer troll, is I can't tell if it's the real, but they always spam the chat. Hamlet's dad, you're on thin ice. You're doing it again. That's it. I'm going to enjoy this punishment of you, but let's see. Put user in timeout. Hamlet's dad, very naughty. Now let me go back to this. In terms of these events, you're going to see their beautiful thumbnails. I'm excited though, you guys. Seriously, they look so good. By the way, the like opening trailer, I don't know if you guys saw that when we first started streaming. I love that trailer. I think it just looks so cool. Like it sounds so cool. Everything about it, I love it. So that's really cool. But yeah, I'm like some of these matchups, I'm like, wow, we really, like this is so encouraging. So let's see here. 2 seconds. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it public. So these will all show now, and then the Indiegogo page, I've got to fix that. I might as well fix that right now, otherwise I'm gonna forget. So I'm gonna fix that right now. I'm gonna make a little tweak. Let's see here, my campaigns. But I want to say, you guys, we are excited about this. We really think that as we become better at this, that's the thing too, is some speakers, as we become better at these conferences, these in-person debates, all that stuff, eventually what's going to happen is some speakers, like there are some that are kind of like, I really do kind of like, I usually only do in-person debates. Like it's not really worth my time if it's like a Zoom debate, something like that. Is it just kind of seems like it's worth, it's worth more effort. Like there's more put into it. Is that as we become better at this opens a lot of doors for us. For real, I really do believe that modern day debate is going to be able to do bigger, cooler things as we get better at these in-person debates. Chris G says, James, what is the venue like? Hey, that's a great question. Let me pull this up. Let's see here. Environmental Education Center, Plano, Texas. Yeah. Okay, so I haven't seen this personally. Amanda has seen it, and it's beautiful from what I can tell. So it's a little bit, you could say, unorthodox. So take a peek. This is on the right side of the screen. It's very like environmental friendly. So I think it's like, as far as I understand, like bleeding edge technology in terms of being green. So being good for the environment, having less impact on the environment. So as you can see on the right side of the screen, it's going to be well lit, you could say, like great lighting in terms of, well, great kind of depends because you lose control when you have like so many windows. But great lighting in the sense that there will be plenty of light. We're going to work on the lighting once we get in there because I'm sure we're going to have to do a little bit of tweaking. But that's pretty cool, is that it's a beautiful spot. I've got to see the inside. Let me see. I got to be honest, like the inside, I've seen little bits of it, but it's a small picture here, so it's a little bit hard to see. But it's about 105 people that it can host. That's what we've been told by the venue host, and so we're excited about that as well. It was, and like I said, the cool thing about it is that it was this appreciably cheaper than our older venue. Our older venue was good. They gave us a good deal, but this one gave us a great deal where we're like, hey, like this is great. So we're excited about that. As the venue is the thing, frankly, we want a quality venue because you don't want to go somewhere where it looks junky. But at the same time, you also don't want to spend, like we don't want to spend much on the venue, right? Like we don't. It's true because we want to spend it on the speakers' travel. We want the speakers to be comfortable. So we give them, like I said, the round trip flight. Oh, let me show you this though on the Indiegogo page. Because you might be wondering, like I said, you're like, well, James, I don't know. What are you doing a crowdfund for? We'll show you right here. Don't worry. You're speaking my language. I appreciate the questions if you have these questions. Amanda in the live chat says it's a super pretty location. So I'm encouraged by that. It does look like a beautiful building. Like I showed that picture and I'm like, that actually looks very sharp. So it's a clean, you could say contemporary building, which I think is really cool. Is like I said, we want to be economical in the venue, but we don't want our speakers or our guests that are there buying tickets to be like, man, this is like kind of like, stuffy. It's kind of cruddy. Like we don't want that. So we're excited that this is a quality venue. Now looking at the DebateCon budget, you can see this on screen. So let me pull it up. So you have the DebateCon budget here, and then here is, you could say, here are where our costs are coming from. So blue, this little key or diagram down here, what's the word I'm looking for? Key or legend down here on the bottom shows what each piece of the pie for our budget is. So blue is the venue. So this is a pretty chonky size. And this venue, for full transparency, because we want to be transparent, is the venue is about $2,100. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I've got to go back. I think I've got to just double check with the venue in terms of I'm just trying to remember if I booked Friday night, because I've got to book Friday night to be in there for setting it up. But long story short, that's something. Let me just put a note to myself. Thought I would remember to email them. Contact venue. Yeah, I remember. I did do that about 2 hours Friday night. So that's good. Okay, one last thing. So that is important, obviously. Next, the orange chunk on the bottom. That is speaker hotel rooms. So on average, we'll spend about $200 per speaker, because it's about $100 per night after you factor in taxes. So we can usually get a hotel room at like a nice hotel where it's like, yeah, they got hot breakfast in the morning. That makes life easier on us. And then also it's just a little bit more, we want a clean hotel. Like if it was me, I stay at the dumpiest hotels, but for our guests, we want to do something nicer. So that's another big cost. Next, speaker flights. That's in gray. I'm a little bit, my sight is not good. 2 seconds, I'm going to take a little sip here. Is the gray is our cost for our speakers flights for our upcoming conference on Saturday, November 19th in Plano, Texas. And that's also, it could be gas money, because some people, they live nearby and we just cover their gas because they're like, well, I'm not going to fly if I live in Fort Worth or something like that. And then next up, speaker per diem for food. That's yellow here. And then that's the sliver up here towards the top for our budget for the conference. And this is, we only do this because we just like having that full transparency, is that is only $50. So we give the speakers a $50. We used to do a gift card. This time what we're going to do is it saves us a little bit of money, because when we give them a prepaid gift card, there are several things we have to worry about. One, if it gets lost. Two, we have to do a good job of tracking who we gave the gift card to already or not. Three, it's another kind of task that we have to do at the conference while our heads are spinning and we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off. Four, if you buy a prepaid gift card, it has like a $5, activation fee, right? And so the cool thing is, this year, to become more economical, we want, like I said, we don't want to waste money at these conferences. We want to be as frugal and shrewd, as clever with our finances as we can, because we appreciate your guys' support. Seriously, it means more than you know. And so when you guys donate to the crowdfund, like, we want to say, like, hey, like, we are actually trying to be as careful as we can with our cash that we use for this conference, which is, like I said, all the conferences, all of the crowdfund cash is going toward the conference, or if we have a surplus, it's either going to a small gift for speakers, or we'd use a chunk of it for a future conference. So now, this is important. Why? Because, as I said, if we just send our speakers, instead of a physical $50 gift card, now we can just send them $50 over Venmo or PayPal. And that's cool because, one, they can't lose it, so they don't have to worry about, it falling out of their pocket or something like that. Two, it's easy to track who we already gave them to, right? Because, well, there's just digitally there's a footprint, so we can just see, like, oh, it's like $50. I just see in my Venmo, activity. And then three, no fee, because, it's not like where you have to pay that activation key to, start the card. And so really cool that I'm just excited about that, because that by itself, it's like we have 14 speakers and each card has a $5 activation fee. So that saves us $70 right there. So it's like, might not seem like much, but like I said, we want to just be smart, so wherever we can save a few bucks, we're going to do it because we appreciate your guys' support. So let's see here. Oh, and then thanks for your patience. And then Indiegogo fees. So you'll notice, and so Indiegogo fees are pretty small. It's only, I can't remember. I gotta remember. Let me look this up really quick. Yeah, that's funny. Yes, the 1 hour Zoom chat is a hot tub and pool stream, as they do on Twitch. Go percentage. What percentage does Indiegogo take? I gotta remind myself. It's 5%. So that's where that little sliver up here is Indiegogo. Like, that's fine. That's reasonable. I mean, it's a great resource that they offer. And so those are basically where our, costs are coming from. I'm trying to think of anything else in terms of, you really don't have any risks. If you don't get what was promised for the crowdfund, so let's say you're like, James, I paid for a $50 super chat that would be read during the, the live debate, and you forgot it or you missed it or something like that. We promise a 100% refund. That's public. It's a public promise, so that if you didn't get it back, you could say, hey, James, like, I'm in the live chat, and, why didn't you give it back? So there is accountability there. And then if you're like, well, I'm going to screw you, James, I don't think anybody would do this. But if somebody said, you didn't pay me, is that, well, if we can show you, though, like, if we can show in our ledger that we gave you the refund, which, we can through all these. The cool thing is all this is on software, so it leaves a digital paper trail. And then the other thing is, like, if we can go back to the debate, if we actually did ask your question, we can say, wait, like, here it is at, 1 hour and, 45 minutes in, we asked your question. So that is the way. Now, Zagros Ozcan says, damn, James, you're going to pull this off with $2,000? No, this is actually just the kind of safety kind of cushion. The conference itself is about $13,000 to $14,000. No joke. So we are really banking on, I would say it's I think maybe a conservative estimate would be like $12,000. So we are banking on making about $10,000 off of tickets, which is ambitious, but I think we can. I think we have the speaker lineup this time that's possible. Last time it was about $8,000 that came in from tickets. So it actually, it's a good strategy. Like it works well in terms of funding the event, because like I said, we like doing the crowdfunds, but we don't really want to use it for the conference per se. We want to eventually get to the point where we have a crowdfund and we say, hey, we want to give, like I said, William Lane Craig and Richard Dawkins each $10,000. And then we say, hey, if we could get even a quarter, like, isn't this crazy? Is if we, let's say actually not even a quarter. Well, yeah, you could say, let's say we got a quarter. Let's say we said, hey, if we can get a quarter of the people that are subscribed at Modern Day Debate to give $1 to the crowdfund for this, is just theoretical. So this is an imaginary debate someday that we'd love to do. Is if we got a quarter of the followers from Modern Day Debate, which is at this point, what is it? Sorry, I'm tired. Let's see. 80, if you cut that in half, it's 40,000. If you cut it again, it's 20,000. So a quarter, if we had 20,000 people, thanks for your patience on that. If we had 20,000 people who, folks, hang on, like, calm down there in the old live chat. You guys got to chill out. Stop fighting. This is like a celebratory stream as we're kicking off this exciting debate. So stay with me. Is that if we got a quarter of people, we could raise $20,000. We could give $10,000 to each big time speaker. I mean, that would be huge. So I'm pumped. This is going to be amazing. But let me drink this really quick. Sommer says, how are you funding the event? Is that the event in total costs about $12,000. That's kind of a conservative estimate. It might be a little bit more than that. Flights are a little bit more expensive this time, but I think basically this is a rough estimate. $12,000, because we've done the math on it, don't worry. $2,000 of which we're basically shooting for crowdfund support for. $10,000 we're shooting for ticket sales. Yeah. So last time with our first debate, we are learning how to do this. We're getting better every time. We're learning like what our mistakes were, all that. Last time we did have $8,000 coming from ticket sales. So it's not unrealistic at all for us to raise $10,000 from ticket sales. So, and then that last $2,000 to cover the remainder would be the $2,000 from the crowdfund. So definitely realistic. And if we, let's say theoretically, if it was like, well, I was like, ooh, like let's say we're $1,000 below, like we're not going to, Modern Day Debate's not going to die or something, like we'll be okay. Is that our hope though, is we want to basically become good at this conference kind of stuff to where, like I said, we can do bigger, badder, more amazing stuff in the future. So let me pull up, I've got a couple of things here. Am I forgetting anything? I think I've shown you guys all the pages. I will show you this though, actually. Let me show you this really quick. I'm pumped. Is that you might be thinking like, well, what is DebateCon, James? Is it only 8? Feels like it's later. I don't know why. But maybe you're like, James, what is DebateCon? Let me show you this, my dear friends. Is that, here it is. Oh yeah. So if you see the page, oh, you can't see it yet. Sorry. Okay, there it is. So amazing. So you can see this playlist. We just added this. So normally at the top of if you go to our main page and you click home, I don't have dark mode on this computer. That's weird. But let's see, you're like, yeah, I'm on the main page. And, normally this is the very first line you'll see. By the way, I don't know if you guys know about this huge upcoming debates. We have this Sunday, King Crocoduck returns, coming out of retirement for a debate with David McQueen on creation, evolution, in particular, radiometric dating. So that's awesome. But also, this one, if you can see on screen, should gambling be illegal? Brand new topic. We've never done this. I'm excited about that. Technically, we've never actually done a debate specifically on radiometric dating either. So this one, though, is especially new. We've never done anything remotely close to this topic. Should gambling be illegal? Matt Dillahunty versus David. I'm excited for that one, you guys. That's going to be epic. And then coming up this month, this is still TBD, basically to be determined in terms of the exact date. Alex Stein and Hunter Avallone will collide on Alex's, depending on how you look at it, depending on where you stand, famous or infamous AOC event on the steps of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Now, more importantly, speaking of Alex Stein, he'll be debating Justin Gibson, a.k.a. Jangles, as you can see right here. That's our first debate. That's actually, I've got to rearrange this. Let me just fix this really quick. That's actually our second debate, so I'm going to put this in order. Boop. Okay. And let me go back to the actual page, and voila. So the first debate of the day is going to be Destiny versus Nuance Bro. Is Biden succeeding as president? We're excited about that one. That is going to be, it shows 8 a.m. for my time, and then we got one of those sex bots in the live chat. But let's see. Chris Jesus James is paying for the debate with the money he has been making, shaking it for the for cash down by the airport. That's funny. That's so true. Travis says, James, invite Nick Fuentes. He will be down to show up in person. Hey, that's a possibility, although it is controversial to say the least. We'll see. But this one in from Displaced Gamer says, if I don't want to do a Zoom call in December, can you push that to another time? Yeah, actually, like if you want to do it a different month, I'm okay with that. Hopefully it's kind of nice to do it in December, because for me it's nice to know I'm like, okay, I've taken care of all that, but I'm flexible. So if you had if there's a reason, I'm like, yeah, we could probably do it in January, February, whatever. So let's see here. Let's see. Could have sworn I saw something. Swan Dog in the live chat says, amazing. I couldn't agree more. Thanks for your kindness. I appreciate you saying that, bud. And then Jared A., good to see you. Thanks for your channel membership support. Nikki, thanks for your channel membership support. And then Fake Human, good to see you there in the old live chat again. Heat Shield, good to see you. Living Room Speaker is glad to see you again. Iron Horse, glad you made it. Arcade Outpost, good to see you. As well as Post Office Man, thanks for coming by. Bill Wool, glad you're here. Iris Gaming, good to see you again. And let me show you some more of these baits. I'm excited, you guys. This one by itself is cool. I'm like, that's a great start. Destiny versus Nuance Bro, that's a quality one. Another quality one. This will be a lively one, 9:30 a.m. I think I've got to adjust that. Let me just quick make sure that I've got that right on my schedule, because I think that would be, yeah, that's right, because it's 9:30 a.m. my time. It's 10:30 a.m. there, and then 1 p.m. This is Central Time, so it's going to update, because right now it's showing it in West, or was it Mountain Time, because I'm in Mountain Time, is Destiny versus Matt. That's exciting. I'm pumped about that. And then Ariel, Scarcella, Stardust, Mouthy Infidel, and Actual Justice Warrior. That's on Is America Headed in the Right Direction? That's another one that's going to be amazing. Then this one, oh my, Aaron Ra versus Daniel Hakikachu. What is best for society? Atheism versus Islam. That is going to be monstrous, you guys. Are you seeing this? I'm just pumped. I'm really excited, you guys. So seriously, I'm so excited to show you guys this. This is it's just super encouraging. So Samir Farsain says, hi everyone, house meeting? You could say that. Little housekeeping for the channel, Samir. Basically giving people the deets about our upcoming conference. It's going to be amazing. Excited to see you. And then let's see. Sommer says, JF versus Sal Cordova. That's a great idea. Let me write that down, seriously. Because JF was looking for an evolution debate recently. And did they already debate? I feel like they might have, but I don't think they did. But yeah, I'm going to write that down, because I'm like, hey, that's a good idea. If they haven't, I don't think they have. Versus Sal. Amazing. But yeah, we're gonna have not too many debates the next couple of weeks. We're gonna have 2 or 3 on average per week. And then starting in November, though, leading up to the conference, oh baby, we're gonna have so many debates. It's gonna be, I'm gonna need help from guest mods. It's gonna be super. I'm super grateful for that. So let's see here. But yeah, I'm pumped, you guys. Does this look amazing? Then, as you can see here, Jackson Hinkle and Nuance Bro versus Stardust and Jangles. That's going to be a panel on big tech censorship. So it's going to be things like whether or not Sneeko, if you know of the YouTuber Sneeko getting banned, whether or not YouTube was fair to him or not. I invited Sneeko to participate, but I didn't hear back. But that's all right. He's probably got a lot of things he's trying to take care of. So we never I think I've said this before, we never like feel entitled to have a speaker. That would be cringe, right? We're glad to have who we have. We hope the speakers enjoy it. We hope it's intrinsically fun for them. And then, but yeah, that'll be on topics like, was Sneako's ban justified? Was Andrew Tate's ban justified by, all the social media platforms? We'll talk about the future of Twitter with Elon soon to be at the helm, it sounds like. Kind of surprised that happened. Yeah, I'm surprised. And then this one over here, Kenny Bomer versus Matt Dillahunty. My nose is so clogged. Can you hear it? I feel like I'm more nasally than usual. Don't worry. We're going to get through this. But yeah, this is going to be huge. Is Islam true? Oh my gosh, you guys. Seriously, it's going to be gigantic. So we're excited. We think that these debates are just going to bring down the house. They're going to be absolutely insane. But I can't tell you, thank you guys. I can't tell you enough. Thank you guys for all of your support. As I said, that Indiegogo link is in the description box. Thank you guys for your support of that, as well as, like I said, hey, if you're anywhere near Texas, I'm telling you, you got to come to this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Even if you did one debate, you're like, wow, okay, I'll see one debate. And, it's $25. And, then you did the lunch thing and it's like $35. So what would that be? I don't know. I'm a little bit slow and I'm pretty tired. $60 total is that you get to meet these different people, like the different speakers. We're excited about that. The speakers also, by the way, like they're excited. They love getting to meet like followers, like fans, subscribers, whatever you want to call it. They love getting to actually spend time with people like that. So that'd be really cool. And then let's see. Oh, Sommer says JF and Sal debated in a 2 versus 2 before, but not on Evolution. That's cool. That's amazing. So that'll be really fun. And then JD Paul Blart says, how is it only $2,000 to put on this event? Oh, yeah, JD, I mentioned earlier, you probably came in a little bit late during the stream. The $2,000 is only a small chunk. So we use the crowdfund as kind of a cushion just because in an ideal world, we can either sell as many tickets for the in-person event or more to cover all of the costs for the event. That's an ideal world. However, like the crowdfund is basically our kind of safety net where we just say, hey, if you really love this channel and you're like, hey, I love the vision and everybody gets a fair shot in terms of debating and you guys only host debates. That's the thing too, is modern day debate is not just, I don't think we're just special for our, you could say, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think we're just special for being a neutral channel in the sense of how we moderate. And I know that, I hope I don't sound like I'm bragging, but we like to look at the positives, so we're going to talk about it. I think one of the positive things about modern day debate, one of the pros, one of the cool things was like, hey, like let's look at the bright side, is that modern day debate only has debates. Because think about it, don't you feel a little bit like a tool? Like let's say you were like, I'm going to go on as I'm not saying you personally, like if you're listening, like I'm saying that if a debater went on a channel and they're like, I'm going to debate on this, this channel or this topic, and I realize that the moderation is fair, but it's, let's say you're an atheist and you're like, this is a channel that puts out like Christian apologetics videos all the time, and I'm going on and I'm a popular atheist speaker, and then that channel like is getting like basically like they're growing and they're simultaneously putting out what atheists would consider, they would say like, I don't think that Christianity is true, and so I'm not excited that they, in addition to putting out their debate videos, put out Christian apologetics videos. Or it might be that vice versa. Maybe a Christian's like, well, they moderate fairly, but it's an atheist channel and they put out atheist, call it apologetics, whatever you want. They put out atheist apologetics videos, whatever you call it, and they're kind of like, oh, it feels kind of weird, like it doesn't feel super neutral, like they're putting out views that are saying that mine are stupid or whatever. So that's why I think for modern day debate, we really want to focus on making sure we are fully neutral in terms of our topics, in terms of our only hosting debates. And thank you for your super chat. Appreciate that, Malavia. And yeah, it's true. We do have to keep the speakers updated because people don't want to go to a conference that's just the same speakers every time. So some of the speakers we can have be the same, but we can't do it every time. We do have to change it up to some degree. And then Surgeon General, thanks for your huge gifted 10 modern day debate memberships for the channel. Thanks for that. Great Jedi. Enjoy your membership on behalf of Surgeon General. Thanks for your support, Surgeon General. Seriously, that means a lot. Anathemar, thanks for your support. I hope you enjoy your gifted channel membership from Surgeon General, as well as UBI and Dan Cuso, MC Natty, as well as Jake Horatio. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. Horatio C, Non-Existent ENT, Heathens, Giga Chad. Thanks, or I should say, not thanks. Enjoy your channel membership given by Surgeon General. And thanks for your super gift. Appreciate your positivity and your generosity. Displaced Gamers has basically just gifted 10 Modern Day Debate memberships. Thanks for doing that. Seriously, that means a ton. And you guys, if you're a new member, check out the emojis down at the bottom of the live chat. You know, where you can click on the little smiley there, because you got there's usually like a smiley face, a little dollar sign for the super chat, and then a plus sign. Well, actually, you guys probably don't see the plus sign. That's for if I do a poll in the chat. But you'll see the, smiley face. Click on that. You can now use the amazing emoticons. So that's something I highly encourage you. Go ahead and use those emoticons to your heart's content. And we hope, enjoy those memberships. Joey Oakley, we're glad you're here. I hope you do enjoy that channel membership, as well as Nut Loose and Jordan XX. Enjoy that channel membership, which is a gift from Displaced Gamer. Thanks for that, Displaced Gamer. Seriously, we appreciate it. We love seeing people do that for other people in the chat. And Jack, hope you enjoy your Based and Red Pilled channel membership. CG as well, and Limit Break, and Ernie Slanders, as well as Unknown M, and Lucas Medicki. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all of your support. And if you just got a channel membership, seriously, you gotta try it. At least try the amazing emoticon. Otherwise, hey, you could always use it to say Summer is here it is, soy boy. All right, so you can also call people a soy boy in the live chat using those emoticons. So seriously, we appreciate you. Seriously, thank you, Sommer and Displaced Gamer. Thank you guys all for there are a number of people that didn't even mention that they had given it in the Indiegogo. So thank you guys for that. Seriously, I'm excited though. I got to tell you, well, let's watch this one more time. Now, let's just watch it. This is only 28 seconds. So I want you to watch this. Tell me if it's not the coolest little trailer for our upcoming conference. So take a peek at this, you guys. I'm just I seriously love this. I'm oh my gosh, that looks awesome. And I'm just seriously excited. It gave me goosebumps when I first saw this. So here, I'm going to show you the video right now. Here's that trailer for this upcoming conference. Amazing! You guys, is that the coolest trailer or what? Seriously, I'm just dang, bro. You see all the speakers there? I can see T-Jump in there. I can see Matt Dillahunty, Daniel Hakikachu, Mike Jones, Inspiring Philosophy. Seriously, there's Aaron. There's Sean Fitzgerald. Is that not the coolest trailer? I didn't make that. I got that from Fiverr, but I'm I look at that and I'm dang, bro. That is the coolest thing, seriously. Cole, thanks for being here. I see there in the old live chat. James Wolf says, flipping awesome lineup, James. Thanks for that, James. We appreciate that. We're pumped about it. It is amazing. And yeah, I'm pumped though. Sommer says, if Modern Day Debate is a soy boy, not quite the same, is it? No, it's not. The emoticons make it extra fun. But yeah, Surgeon General says, amazing. Russell Gibson says, amazing. Heat Shield says, a soy boy. And then let's see here. RB47 says, perfect. I agree. I love that. I've watched that channel so many times, or that trailer. And then Samir says, wow, that trailer is Hollywood caliber, James. I agree. It is so cool. I just love like all of the different faces of all the people that we've had on Modern Day Debate who have made Modern Day Debate. The debaters are the lifeblood of the channel. It's true. Like, we depend on them. Like, they make this awesome. If it was me debating myself every night, it would be a totally different channel. It'd be very sad. So, my dear friends, I got to tell you, I am so excited about that trailer. I sent it to a couple of days ago when we first got it finished. I sent it to like the channel members, so you can see like channel. You can watch that video if you're a channel member. If you just got gifted a channel membership, or if you've already had one before, or if you signed up now for the first time, you can watch that video. That's under our posts on our community tab on the main page. I shared that a couple days ago because I was like, man, that looks cool. And then I posted it in the Patreon because I just couldn't help it. And then I was even texting it. Like, I texted it to Daniel Hakikachu. I was like, bro, check out this trailer. It is lit. And he was like, dang, bro, that is lit. He doesn't really talk like that. He said it was cool. But Cole says, got any Modern Day Debate merch? We do. If you scroll down right now, Modern Day Debate does have our normal merch. I think it usually shows. I don't know. It's actually... But if you usually scroll down at the bottom of each video, I don't know if it does it for a live chat. Let me check. I actually don't know. Usually, it'll show like merch, because we've got a Teespring link, which is in the description box too. And let me just see if there's merch. If you're, oh, maybe it doesn't show it for the live stream. So, but if you do go to the description box. Whoa, it doesn't even have it. We haven't had our merch in the description box probably for like a year. I didn't even realize that. So yes, we do. Let me get that from Teespring. Craig, you're right. Craig Hart says only thing missing was from the Modern Day Debate trailer was the Modern Day Debate logo. That's a good point, Craig. Seriously, I'm going to ask if they can do that. I'm going to go back to Fiverr because the people at Fiverr, I actually had to see, like, basically that song got us in copyright trouble. So I'm talking to the Fiverr person right now and about, like, if they're able to do a quick adjustment for me. Let's see. But, yeah, I'm glad you said that because you're right. Like, it is. I love the Modern Day Debate logo. It looks great. By the way, yeah, so Tapazzo helped us tweak that. That was also something that I don't have the skills to do that. That was from Fiverr as well. And then Tapazzo, who's in the live chat often. We haven't seen him for a while, but he's actually helped us put together our poster. So let me show you the poster. I don't think I've shown you this. So let me really quick, I'm going to pull this up because I'm like, oh yeah, we got to pull that up too. Thanks for your support. Surgeon General says, tickle that like button, chat, and click like. It's true. And subscribe if you haven't. That's true. We do appreciate your support in those ways, as that really does mean a lot. And for real, hitting like does help a video get shown more. Swampy Pube says, hit that like button, yo. I couldn't agree more. So thank you guys for your support. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up this picture. I just got it from Tapazzo, so I think he just sent it today. Yeah, that looks awesome. Let me show you this poster too. This looks so cool. I'm like, dang, bro. That looks legit. So let me show you this. 2 seconds. I'm going to just do this really quick. Bear with me. I'm almost there. Oh, yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is... not that one. I'll pull it up here. Amazing. Image. There we go. Okay, so, well, I'll put DebateCon poster. Let me show you this because it looks epic as well. So much epicness, you guys, seriously. Thanks for your support. Russell Gibson says, done all. Thanks for that. And yeah, that's the thing too, is like sharing Modern Day Debate. That helps a ton. So for real, like, is that, oh crap, I think I gave Tapazzo the wrong date. So the poster, I've got to update this because I accidentally told him Sunday. So, but don't worry, you're going to see it in the future. It's coming out. So I want to say thank you guys. I'm going to rock and roll because it's getting late, but I want to say thanks for all of your support. Seriously, Hannah Anderson, thanks for your support. I see you there in the old live chat. Fentanyl Floyd, thanks for your support. Surgeon General, thanks again. Displaced Gamer, thanks again. Seriously, means a lot. Appreciate your guys' support, as well as Perfect One and Stan Dance. Thank you guys for all of your support. We're excited, you guys, for the future. This huge conference, it is going to be amazing. Let me show you this again. let's see, poster. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, here, there, and then here, and then yeah. I'm just pumped about this. Is window capture. Where is this? Could have sworn. Where did I put the window capture? Was it screen share? Oh, screen share. You guys, this is going to be huge. Thank you guys for all of your support. Why? Thanks for coming by. Says thanks for the update, James. Radical Coder says good night, James. Thanks for coming by, Radical Coder. NYOY. Glad to see you guys. Grey Jedi, good to see you. Stan Dance, thanks for coming by. Bill Wool, good to see you come by. Says I'll buy a ticket if you get Dave to debate Austin Whitsitt on Flat Earth during the conference. I would. I think it's a possibility. We might, but let me get back to you on that. So that's something that could be amazing. So, my dear friends, want to say we appreciate all of your support, and you guys, I'm pumped. Like, seriously, just really cool stuff. Seriously, we just really do appreciate all your support. Look at these debates. They're amazing. I'm excited about that. You guys, it's just a stellar lineup. It's a powerful, stellar lineup where it's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be gigantic. So that's cool. We got to 100% likes, in particular, 58 viewers and 58 likes. Thank you guys for all of your support. Seriously, you mean more than you know. Thank you guys for your support of Modern Day Debate. Even if you've never given a dime, thank you guys for all your support. Just hitting like, hitting share, or even just being here at Modern Day Debate. It helps the channel in the sense that, like, hey, that is actually boosting us in the algorithm as YouTube is recommending Modern Day Debate to channels that have similar interests to yours. So no matter what, you're helping us, and we appreciate it. Seriously, thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm excited about the future. It's going to be epic stuff. And let me show you that trailer one more time as I say goodnight. And we'll be back with a debate on Sunday. That's going to be a big one. And then Monday, right away after that, we've got that big Matt Dillahunty debate with newcomer David on a brand new topic, whether or not gambling should be illegal. So that's going to be a cool one. And so I'm going to end with that amazing trailer. Seriously, this is the trailer that gives me goosebumps. Thanks for your support, guys, and we'll see you at the next debate this Sunday.